Hello everybody. Okay, I'm gonna make my way to my mat. So thank you for being here. I'm Karen Dubbs, flexiblewarrior.com. I'm here on my front porch today because it's a little rainy here in Maryland today, and you know I love being outside, so a little under roof outdoor yoga. And I think that, as always, for those of you who follow me regularly, you know that even though we can't see the sun, it's really wonderful to acknowledge that it's up there anyway, so we do our sun salutations even though we can't see it. And on the heels, whether it's before, during, after Memorial Day, it's always really wonderful to have that sense of gratitude for our freedom as well, both in our minds and our bodies and our physical space. So go ahead and come to your mat. And we're going to do about a 30-minute warrior flow and stretch today. This is great for runners. It's also good for all humans to be both strong and flexible. So we're going to be doing some warrior poses and some good hip openers, hamstring stretches, stretches for quads and calves as well. So as always, honor, protect, and listen to your body. If you need to rest or modify anything, make your wellness and your physical practice your first priority. All right, with crossed legs, you can rest your hands down onto your knees if you like, or you can turn your palms to face up and bring your thumb and index finger together to touch in Jnana Mudra. Close your eyes, and let's start by taking 3 deep breaths to really block out distraction and land on your mat. So take a deep breath in, feel your heart lift, your spine extend, your lungs fill with air. And as you exhale, dropping any tension, trying to really block out distraction so that you can really take this next little while to really practice some self-care. And again, deep breath in, feel the spine extend and lift, the heart open, and the body fill with oxygen. And as you exhale again, consciously dropping tension, letting go of distractions, and carving out this little while to practice your self-care. One more time, deep breath in, fill your lungs, and exhale. Perfect. 3 deep breaths is always a great thing to do, especially at any time that you're feeling some stress or anxiety. It doesn't take any time or money, very little time and no money, but it really can make a big difference in your mind and how you're feeling. So go ahead and sit back to child's pose, hips back to heels, forehead down, stretch your hands forward, drop your forehead down to your mat. And if your forehead doesn't meet the mat, by the way, maybe your hips or your back are tight, you can always stack your fists on top of each other and rest your forehead on your fists. From there, let's shift into our first downward dog. So curl your toes, lift your hips up, and you can pedal out your heels right and left. So great stretch for runners is downward dog. And if you really work your heels back and down towards the mat, really a great stretch for your calves. So one more pedal right and left. And as you pedal right and left, bring awareness to your hands so that the hands are really grounded down. And then looking towards your hands, you can take a walk to the front edge of your mat. Line your toes up so that they're side by side. We're going to come halfway up. So hands will slide to shins, belly in, shoulders back. Feel extension in your spine. And then exhale, round your spine, fold yourself in half. If your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees a lot. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, halfway lift. Hands to shins, belly in, shoulders back. And exhale, round your spine into a forward fold. And one more time, inhale, halfway lift. Take a huge breath, and exhale, round your spine and fold in half. Rising all the way up to standing, we're going to take a deep sun breath as we reach the hands all the way out and up to the sky. And then pause with your hands at heart center. So starting with sun salutation A, again, saluting the sun, even though we can't see it maybe today, I don't know where you're watching from, but salute the sun wherever you are. Exhale, take a big dive out of it and fold in half. Again, if hamstrings are tight, bend your knees a lot. Halfway lift, hands to shins, belly in, shoulders back. Exhale, fold in half and take a big lunge back with your right foot. Drop your hips low, lift your chest high, pull your shoulders back from the ears. You can squeeze your right knee straight, so you really get a stretch through that hip flexor and the top of your right thigh. And then releasing your right knee down to your mat. You're going to inhale, come up to a low lunge, so hands out and up to the sky. Reaching all the way out and up, get that good stretch. And then exhale, hands on either side of your right foot. Curl your left toes under, squeeze your right knee straight again. So right toes under, right knee straight. Stepping to plank. Pause for a moment in plank, so we're not in a hurry here. I want you to really take the time to check your alignment and engage your core. You're going to shift to your toes, bend your elbows. You can come halfway to the mat or all the way down to your stomach if you feel like. Inhale into a cobra or upward facing dog, back bend, reach through the toes, lift through the heart, take a big breath. And exhale, we'll come into downward facing dog as you push back. And again, pedal out right and left. So get that good stretch of the calves and the ankles, great stretch for the backs of the legs. And then look to the hands and step, or feel free to hop to the front edge of your mat. Line your toes up, halfway lift, hands to shins, belly pulls in and up, shoulders pull back and down. Exhale, round your spine, come into a forward fold. Relax your neck completely, come all the way up to standing, reach for the sky. You can take a little back bend here if you want to, by reaching up and back, and then fold out of it again into your forward fold. We're gonna do that sequence one more time. So halfway lift, inhale and pause. Exhale, forward fold. Take a big lunge back with your left foot now. So squeeze that left knee straight if you can. Pull the shoulders back and lift the chest up. So feel a little bit of cobra or upward facing dog as you do this stretch here. And then release your back knee down. Inhale, reach all the way out and up. Take a big breath in, reach up towards the sky. And then hands on either side of your right foot. You're gonna curl your left toes under, squeeze your left knee straight, and step to plank. Pause in plank at the top of a push-up, feeling nice and strong in the core. Shift to the toes, bend your elbows. Again, you can come halfway down or all the way to your stomach. Inhale into a back bend, either cobra or upward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog as you push back. Breathing in and out through that nose so that you're sending the calming energy to send a sense of peace, balance, and calm into your body. And we're going to add in some warrior poses here. So you're going to take your right leg and lift it up to the sky. Take a really deep breath. Just reach your right toes as high as you comfortably can. And then stepping that right foot up and through your hands. Make sure your right knee is right out over your right ankle. You're going to pivot your left heel flat, and we're going to rise up to warrior one. So deep bend in your right knee, reach through your fingertips, and we're going to do humble warrior today, which is really one of my favorite poses. You're going to take your hands and put it behind your tailbone, interlacing your fingers. So you get a chest expansion here as you squeeze your palms together, straighten your elbows, and open up the chest. Take a big breath in. And then from here, you're going to fold forward, bringing the right side of the rib cage on the inside of your right thigh. Now relax your neck completely and look back towards your left foot. Reach your wrists up to the ceiling, so you're getting a chest and shoulder stretch as well here. Take a big breath in, and exhale, go a little deeper if you can. We're gonna go straight into reverse warrior from here. So rise up, reach for the sky in warrior one. Take your right hand up to the sky and your left hand back towards your left thigh. Now dig down deep into a reverse warrior pose, really bending that right knee nice and deep. And then from here, we're gonna go into extended side angle, placing the right forearm to the right thigh, left arm out and over the head. Get that good stretch of the whole left side of the body. Oh, spring rain, nourishing the flowers. Neighbors driving by, they already think I'm weird, so it's all good. Take one more breath and come all the way back up. We're coming into warrior two. So you're deepening the bend in the right knee, endurance and strength in that leg. And then straighten your right leg to straighten it out, but not locking out the knee. We're gonna come into triangle. Reaching the right hand forward, lifting the left hip up, and then from here you're going to pivot to the side, coming into your triangle pose. So you can look up to your left thumb if you like, lean back a little bit so you feel the left side of your ribcage rolling open, and get that nice stretch through the right inner thigh. And you can slide your right hand down a little bit more to the top of your right foot if you like. Take one more nice deep breath here. And then we're going to come all the way back up to our reverse warrior. So you're going to deepen the bend in your right knee, go a little deeper through your reverse warrior, and then your hands will come down on either side of your right foot. Now we're going to add in some other stretches here. Great for runners again, anyone who's feeling tight. So you're going to release your left knee down to the mat. And then we're going to pull the hips back, straightening the right leg, so you're getting a hamstring stretch. From here, I want you to really lift your tailbone up, pull your shoulders back. Almost feel as if you're in like cobra, right? Where you're lifting your chest and lengthening out through your tailbone. Take a big breath in here. And from there, you can fold out over your right leg, so you're getting that nice stretch through your right hamstring. Bringing your nose towards your knee, but that's not necessarily the goal, not to touch the knee, but just working it in that direction. You're feeling a nice stretch in your right hamstring, hopefully. Take a big breath in through your nose. And from here, we're gonna go into straddle stretch. So you're gonna shift your weight forward, curl your left toes under, squeeze your left knee straight, and walk around to the long side of your mat, to the left side of your mat. You're gonna turn your toes slightly in, your heels slightly out. Your hands will be shoulder distance apart, and you're gonna walk your hands back in line with your feet, and you can shake out your head here. So straddle stretch is a great stretch. You can add that chest expansion here if you like to, like we did in Humble Warrior, by interlacing your fingers out over the head and getting that nice stretch through the hamstrings and the chest and shoulders. All right, I love this stretch. And then the hands will come back down onto your mat. You're going to walk back around to the front of your mat towards your right foot. So you're back in that lunge position. From here, we're going to go to pigeon. So I want you to send your right leg up to the sky. You can do that. So go ahead and send that right foot up to the sky. You can shake out that leg a little bit if you like. And then bring the right knee to the right wrist. Point the left toes, lift up through your heart. Get a little bit of a sense of openness through the front of the body. And then exhale, you can bring your forearms back down to your mat. And this is your pigeon stretch. So feeling the stretch hopefully in your right hip, not in your knee. If you are feeling it in your knee, you can just come out of the stretch, maybe do a reclined pigeon stretch or just take a little rest if you need to. But otherwise, just allowing that right hip to stretch. You can feel free to rock a little bit from right to left. And get that great stretch through your right hip for 2 more breaths. As you exhale, really try to relax into your stretch. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and lift up, and we are going to step to plank pose. So I want your hands shoulder width distance apart. Curl your left toes under. Lift your left knee up from the mat, and then step your right foot through to meet your left foot in a plank pose. Nice and strong with your plank. Planks are good for all athletes. Amazing exercise to do on a regular basis for runners. So pause there, strengthening your core. We're going to get a quad stretch next. So you can shift to your toes, bend your elbows, lower all the way down to your stomach. Excuse me, Leo. And then you're going to reach back and grab the top of your right foot with your right hand and bring your forehead down to rest onto your hand if you like to. Your left forearm is out in front, so you can just rest your head onto your hand. You're grabbing onto the top of your right foot, so you're getting that nice quad stretch on your right leg. Take a couple nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. And if you want a stronger stretch, you just squeeze the glutes and press your hips into the mat. And then you can gently release that right foot, bring your hands under the shoulders, curl your toes under, pull your belly button in and up from the mat, and squeeze your kneecaps straight. As you exhale, come up through a push-up and head straight into downward facing dog from there. And take 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose before we get that all on the other side. So feel free to pedal out the heels right and left to stretch out the calves a little bit more. And then we'll get that warrior flow on the left side. So left foot's going to lift up to the sky. Lift it as high as you can, pressing evenly through both hands. And then shift your weight forward, stepping that left foot in between your hands. Make sure your knee's right out over your ankle. Pivot your right heel flat. Rise up to your warrior one with a big breath in. So I love practicing warrior poses. I think they're so good. Mental warrior strength, but physical strength as well. Really great for runners because it builds that strength and endurance without bulk. It doesn't get you heavier, you know. So it's a great thing to practice and cross-train with. Then take your hands behind your tailbone. Let's do Humble Warrior. Inhale, open the chest, squeeze the palms together. And then exhale, drop the ribs on the inside of the left thigh. Let the weight of your head go. You can look back towards your right foot, or towards your puppy in my case. So allowing yourself to sink down into this pose, practicing your strength with flexibility. One more breath. We are rising up to reverse warrior. So rise up and reach for the sky with a deep inhale. The right hand comes back to the right thigh. The left hand stretches up and back. Get a good stretch to the left side of the body. And then go ahead and come into extended side angle by placing the left forearm onto the left thigh. Right arm is going to come out and over the head. So the right arm is right by the right ear. Feel a stretch from the right middle finger the whole way down the right side of the body. Take a big breath in. And then from the very core of your body, lift yourself up to warrior two and deepen the bend in your left knee to get lots of strength in that left leg. Core is strong, heart is open. And then you're straightening the left leg without locking out this knee, so a little micro bend. Pull the left hand forward, lift the right hip bone up. You might already feel a stretch. from there, and then pivot to the side for your triangle. So again, triangle is such a great stretch. Getting it inside, hamstring, a little bit of groin, inner thigh. You can look up to your right thumb too. Roll the right side of the rib cage open for one more breath. And then again, from your core, you push through your feet. Imagine your right hand is lifting you out of the pose. Bend your left knee, reverse warrior one more time. Bend that left knee a lot, and then windmill the hands down on either side of your left foot. So from here, we're gonna do our runner's lunge. So you're gonna release your right knee down, right? And you're gonna pull your tailbone back towards your right heel. Now, little adjustments make a big difference. So I need you to lift your tailbone up and back as if you're pulling your tailbone towards the wall that's behind you or whatever's behind you. And then draw your chest forward towards me, but pull your shoulders back from your ears. And then from there, you can soften your elbows and bring your nose towards your knee and get that awesome stretch in your left hamstring. Take one more breath here. And you're going into our straddle stretch next. So go ahead and bend your left knee, shift your weight forward, curl your right toes under, squeeze your right knee straight, and walk around to the right side of your mat for your straddle stretch. Now you need your toes slightly in and your heels slightly out. Your hands can either be under your shoulders or you can walk them back in line with your feet, let the weight of your head go, shake out your head. You can add that optional chest expansion like we did in Humble Warrior if that feels good for you. If that's too much, just keep your hands supporting underneath your shoulders. Either way, take one more breath. And then go ahead and release your hands down, lift your chest up, walk around to your left foot. Now remember, we're sending this left foot straight up to the sky, no problem. So just send it straight up, three-legged dog, reach through your left toes, hinging forward, coming into pigeon by drawing your left knee to your left wrist. Walk your hands back a little bit towards your left shin. Think of lifting and opening your heart with a big breath in. And then exhale, bring your forearms down to your mat. Now, everybody always comments about how good my dogs are, which is funny because I'm telling you, if the UPS driver happens to pull up while we're stretching here, you'll see a whole different side of them. So, yes, they are really good. They are very loved, but all bets are off when the FedEx or the UPS or the Amazon driver shows up. Maybe you can relate to that. All right, nice deep breaths. Dogs and kids love calm energy too. I feel like energy is definitely contagious to all living beings, including animals. So let's go ahead and prop up from here. We're gonna get our quad stretch next. Your hands are shoulder distance apart. Your right toes curl under, your right knee squeezes straight, and you step through to a nice strong plank pose. Top of a push-up. Make sure you micro bend your elbows. So a lot of mistakes that I see people do is locking out the joint. One of the ways that you know that you're doing that is if the pits of your arms are facing forward. So you want the elbows slightly pointed out so you know the elbows are slightly bent. Okay? Shift to the toes, take a deep breath. Bend your elbows, lower all the way with lots of control. Lower down. And then the right forearm comes out in front and you grab the top of your left foot. So this is your quad stretch again. You want to squeeze your glutes a little bit, press your hips into the mat. Take nice deep belly breaths so you feel the breath coming in and down into the belly, into the mat, and the floor beneath you. Good, feels so good. And then go ahead and release that foot. Hands under the shoulders, curl your toes, squeeze your kneecaps up. Pull the belly button in and up from the mat so the core is engaged. Exhale through a push-up, straight leg or bent knee. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're gonna go through that set two more times, one more time on each side. Little right foot steps forward. Left heel pivots flat, nothing new for now. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior. Sorry, I think I lost you guys for a second. So your palms are together and you're folding forward into humble warrior. Rise up into reverse warrior. Bend your right knee, reach through your right fingertips. Exhale into extended side angle. Inhale up, warrior two, deepen the bend in your right knee, warrior strength, warrior spirit. Exhale, straighten the right knee. Inhale, reach the right hand forward. Exhale, take it to the side, triangle. Inhale, rise all the way back up, bending the right knee, open up. And then take your hands on either side of your right foot, lifting the left heel up. Right leg is gonna go, left knee is gonna come down to the mat. Pull your hips back for your runner's lunge. Hopefully feeling a little bit more open than we did the first time through. Repetition does help. Bend your right knee, shift your weight forward, curl your left toes under, and then walk to the left side of your mat for your straddle stretch. You can interlace your fingers behind your tailbone if you like, and fold into your stretch. Again, making sure that you're honoring, protecting, and listening to your body. Release your fingertips if you have them interlaced. Lift up, walk around to your right foot. So you're in this lunge position again. Send your right toes up to the sky into that three-legged dog. Inhale, reach through your right toes. Shift your weight forward, come into your pigeon stretch. Walk your hands back. Inhale, open the collarbone and the heart. Exhale, release your forearms down for your pigeon stretch. Now I'm going to give you an option this time. You can take it or leave it. You can reach back with your right hand. Right hand reaches back, grabbing onto the top of your left foot. If that is not within your reach or it causes you any strain or you're breathless or you're struggling, then you know you need to release out of it and just go back to regular pigeon. Otherwise, reaching around with your right hand, grabbing onto that foot is going to give you a little bit of an extra quad stretch. Take one more breath. Release out of that. Hands shoulder width distance apart, coming to plank pose. You curl your left toes under, squeeze your left knee straight, step through to a nice strong plank. Check that your elbows are micro bend. Shift to your toes, bend your elbows with control, lower down. Now you have the option of doing your single leg quad stretch again, just with your grabbing onto your right foot, or you can come around and do bow pose by reaching around and grabbing the tops of both feet into your hand, kicking your toes towards the sky. So either just right foot only or full bow pose by reaching around and grabbing the tops of both feet. One more breath. And then release your hands down, hands under shoulders, curl the toes under, engage the core, exhale through a push-up, and hinge into downward facing dog. One more set through, stay with me. Left foot to the sky, inhale. Left foot up and through your hands as you exhale. Right heel flat, ground down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Hands behind your tailbone, humble warrior. Inhale, open the chest, squeeze your palms. Exhale, folding forward, relax your neck. Look back towards your right foot. Inhale, rise up, reverse warrior. Left hand to the sky, right hand reaching towards your right ankle. Extended side angle, left forearm down. Reaching to the side, get a good side stretch. Breathe and reach. Inhale, rise up, come into warrior two by deepening the bend in your left knee, lots of strength. And then straighten the left knee without locking it. Reach your left hand forward, lift your right hip bone up, and pivot to the side for your triangle pose. Roll the right side of the ribcage open as you look up to your right thumb. Inhale, use your core to lift you out of the pose. Bend your left knee, reverse warrior, and then hands windmill down on either side of your left foot, pivoting the right heel up and squaring your hips and shoulders. Release your right knee down for your runner's lunge. Pull back with your tailbone towards your right heel as you fold out over your left leg. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. Allow that left hamstring to stretch. Shift your weight forward, coming into straddle stretch, curling your right toes under, squeeze your right knee straight, and walk around to the right side of your mat. Check that your toes are slightly in, heels are slightly out. You can walk your hands back in line with your feet if you like. Let the weight of your head go. Option to add that chest expansion one more time, if that feels good in your body. Wherever you are, take one more breath. And then if you do have the hands interlaced, release them down to your mat, lift your chest up, walk around to your left foot. Beautiful. We're coming into that three-legged dog one more time. So left toes are going to lift to the sky, pressing evenly through both hands. And then bring the left knee to the left wrist for your pigeon stretch. Open the chest, lift the heart, huge breath everyone, and exhale, forearms down to your mat. So you have the option again here, it's the opposite hand to the foot in this position. So you can reach with your left hand around and grab the top of your right foot if that feels good for you. And you can't really see from that angle, right? So for a lot of runners and athletes, this is not really something that is within your reach. Maybe today, maybe it's something that you work towards. But definitely and for sure, overstretching, struggling, pushing, shoving into stretches, that is counterproductive. So just let it go, it's all good. All right, go ahead and release. We're gonna come into our quad stretch one more time, hands shoulder width distance apart. Curl your right toes under, step through to a very strong plank. Check your alignment, wrists, elbows, shoulders, micro bend those elbows. Lots of strength above and below the joint, not locking into the joint. Shift to the toes, bend the elbows, lower down. And then you have the option to reach around with your left hand, grab onto the top of the left foot only, or reach around with your right hand and grab the tops of both feet as well. So either way, kick the tops of the feet into the hand, press the hip bones into the mat, and open up the quad and the front of the body. Take one more very deep breath, and release your hands under the shoulders, push back, child's pose. Relax your head and breathe into your low back. And then from there, go ahead and come all the way up to sitting. So from sitting, we're just gonna finish out with a little breathing exercise, full circle coming around from where we started. So with your hands resting onto your knees, shoulders up, back, and down, good posture, check that your ears, shoulders, and hips are in line. You can turn your palms up to the sky if you like. Again, thumb and index finger to touch, creating that sense of peace and calm and connection. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs as completely as you can. And as you exhale, dropping any tension, reminding yourself of the balance and the value between willpower, doing hard things and challenging yourself, balancing out with chill power, relaxing, recovering, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to be restored. Again, deep breath in, feeling alignment in the mind and in the body. And exhale, letting go of any tension, remembering that flexibility is truly power, not only in your physical body, but also in your mind and in your life. And one more time, deep cleansing breath in, and exhale. So remember, the practice of yoga is unity. The definition of yoga is unity, and it's carrying your physical flexibility and that sense of peace and strength off of your mat and into your life. So thank you guys so much for being here in these live segments. Again, whether you're watching it live or on replay, you are welcome to type in requests as well. Please like, comment, and share. I'm always grateful for that. The tank tops are now available, as you'll see in the description below the video, Flexibility's Power logo wear. And I look forward to seeing you on these live segments frequently. So there's tons of playlists on my YouTube channel. In the meantime, you're welcome to send me requests. And I thank you so much for being here. So namaste, everybody. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I hope the sun shines on you soon. Bye.